We all know Stone Cold for his hell-raising antics in the ring, but did you know he was just as wild outside of it? This dude's domestic abuse case just got exposed, and it's way more intense than anything we saw on WWE. Let's see what the chaos is all about. Stone Cold Steve Austin, born Stephen James Anderson on December 18, 1964, is a retired American pro wrestler, actor, and media personality. Austin was born in Austin, Texas, but after his parents split when he was just a year old, he grew up mostly in Edna, Texas. His mom remarried Ken Williams in 1968. After high school in Edna, Austin got a football scholarship to Wharton County Junior College and then to the University of North Texas. He started as a linebacker but switched to defensive end after a knee injury. But then came a twist in his career. Austin fell in love with wrestling early on, watching Houston wrestling shows run by Paul Boesch. By college, he lived near the Dallas Sportatorium, home to world-class championship wrestling. Deciding to pursue his passion, Austin joined Gentleman Chris Adams Wrestling School at the Sportatorium. His first seminar cost $45. Adams taught him the moves but didn't get into the business side of wrestling. Austin later called Adams a con man for not teaching him everything he needed to know. Austin's first match was in 1989 for WCCW against Frogman LeBlanc, earning him $40. He looked up to wrestlers like the Von Erich family, Dusty Rhodes, and Ric Flair early in his career. Austin kicked off his wrestling gig with World Championship Wrestling, WCW, back in May 1991, picking up the nickname Stunning Steve Austin. He didn't really click with that persona, though. He started off with a valet named Vivacious Veronica, but soon switched to teaming up with Jeannie Adams, who was called Lady Blossom. Not too long after he started, Austin snagged his first WCW World Television Championship by beating Bobby Eaton in June 1991. He also joined a group called the Dangerous Alliance. In 1992, he dropped and then quickly reclaimed his championship from Barry Windham. He had a pretty solid run until he lost to Ricky Steamboat that September, right when the Dangerous Alliance was splitting up. Austin also had a stint in Japan in 1992, wrestling a few matches there because WCW had a deal with New Japan Pro Wrestling. He participated in the G1 Climax tournament, winning his first match but losing in the second round. He and Arn Anderson teamed up for some tag team matches during this time, too. Back in the U.S. in September 1992, Austin teamed up with Brian Pillman to form the Hollywood Blondes. Initially, Austin wasn't too thrilled about being in a tag team, but they ended up clicking and even won the WCW and NWA World Tag Team Championships in March 1993. They held onto those titles for about 5 months. When Pillman was out injured, Austin joined Colonel Robert Parker's stud stable. Once Pillman was back, Austin turned on him and beat him in a match at Clash of the Champions in November 1993. Austin kept pushing in singles competitions, too, winning the WCW United States Championship at Starrcade in December 1993. He had a bit of a roller coaster with that title, losing it and winning it back under some pretty wild circumstances, including one time when he was handed the title because his opponent was injured and then lost it super quick to Jim Duggan. Not just this, Austin tried a few more times to grab the United States Championship and had various rivalries, but things were tense with WCW management, especially with Eric Bischoff. After dealing with some injuries and feeling undervalued, Austin decided to leave WCW in 1995. He briefly went back to wrestle in Japan before moving to Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW, where he began shaping his iconic Stone Cold persona, which totally changed the game for him in wrestling. But it is not just his achievements that made him the talk of the town. Rather, his criminal charges really exposed the true person he is. Austin's romantic life has been nothing short of a roller coaster, marked by abrupt changes and controversies. He first married his high school sweetheart, Catherine Burris, in 1990, but this marriage ended quickly. He fell for Jeannie Clark, an English wrestling manager he worked with, leading to the end of his marriage with Burris in 1992. Austin and Clark got married that same year. But their relationship also faced problems and ended in divorce in 1999. During this relationship, Austin also became a stepfather to Clark's daughter from another relationship, adding more complexity to his family life. But the drama doesn't stop there. Austin's third marriage to wrestling manager Deborah Marshall in 2000 turned particularly nasty. It was filled with claims of domestic abuse that became public when Marshall called the police in 2002 to report Austin for hitting her. This incident led to an arrest and charges against Austin, which he responded to by pleading no contest, resulting in probation and community service. Marshall later claimed that WWE knew about the abuse but hid it to protect its profits, an accusation that suggested a deep culture of secrecy within the organization. Austin, for his part, denied the claims, saying they were not related to alcohol and expressed regret over the relationship ending. Adding to his controversial personal life, Austin faced more accusations of domestic violence in 2004 from another girlfriend, Tess Broussard. Though no legal action followed, the claim added another layer to his troubled relationships. In what might have been seen as an attempt to start fresh, Austin legally changed his name to Steve Austin in 2007, fully taking on his wrestling name, which itself had been a symbol of boldness and defiance. Austin's personal story took a seemingly stable turn with his fourth marriage to Kristen Ferris in 2009. Yet the shadows of his past relationships and the scandals they brought up, especially regarding domestic violence, continue to cast a long shadow over his public image, blurring the line between his wrestling character and his actions in real life. If you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe to our channel for more such documentaries. Now coming to his style of play. In the beginning, Austin was all about technical wrestling. But a mishap in 1997, where Owen Hart accidentally hurt Austin's neck, forced him to switch his style to more of a brawler. Austin's signature move, the Stone Cold Stunner, became famous worldwide. Michael Hayes was the one who introduced this move to Austin. After retiring, Austin was cool with Kevin Owens using the Stunner as his finishing move too, although they both avoid comparing their styles too much. Back when Austin was called the Ringmaster, he used the $1 Million Dream because it was Ted DiBiase's special move. In his WCW days, Austin had a couple of other finishers, the Stun Gun and the Hollywood and Vine. Austin was easily recognized by his bald head, goatee, and simple black ring gear. His strong personality really won fans over. Known on screen as the tough anti-authority Stone Cold, he famously defied WWE Chairman Vince McMahon and wasn't shy about flipping the bird as a taunt. Jim Ross, a commentator and Austin's friend, nicknamed him the Texas Rattlesnake because he was so unpredictable. Austin himself later coined the Bionic Redneck due to his many injuries. On his podcasts, Austin often talks about Bret Hart, saying Hart significantly influenced his early career and helped him perfect his in-ring style. Austin even inducted Hart into the WWE Hall of Fame. Their WrestleMania 13 match is celebrated as one of the best ever, topping several lists, including IGN's greatest WrestleMania matches. One of Austin's matches against Undertaker on June 28, 1999, hit a 9.5 rating, making it the highest-rated Raw segment ever. In 2001, Austin started using "what" as a catchphrase during promos, which fans picked up and still use to interrupt wrestlers. Austin has mixed feelings about creating it, so wrapping it all up, Stone Cold Steve Austin has had quite the journey, both in and out of the wrestling ring. From his early days falling in love with wrestling to becoming a legendary figure known for his bold, straightforward style, Austin's career is a story full of fame, big twists, and personal challenges. Yet it's not all been championship belts and crowd cheers. His life has also been marked by serious personal issues, including troubling accusations of domestic abuse. These allegations show a stark contrast to the tough, rebellious persona we see on TV, revealing a more troubled side to the wrestling superstar. As fans, it's complicated trying to balance the electrifying performer with the private individual facing serious charges. Austin's story is a strong reminder of the big difference between our public heroes and their private realities. So what do you think about him? Let us know in the comment section below.